know, 4 and 5. Again, London Docks, this is game 4. We're not going in this one, going to St. Marie Dumas hardpoint, but we saw yesterday, EG, this was the map they won against United. Unilad, they've been pretty stellar on it.
I guess the big question here then, Joe, is how do Unilad get to that game 5? Which map is it you think they steal, 1, 2, or 3?
I think 2's tough because I think that EG's Ardennes Forest has been solid. To me, it's either that Ardennes Forest capture the flag or this one. Will we see a reverse sweep? That would be a great result for Unilad. But they're a team who they typically get down on themselves. So if you want them to sort of extend that series, looking for a W here in game 1.
Well, game 1 now officially underway. As you said, Joe, St. Marie Dumas hardpoint to kick things off. Will Unilad be able to start strong? Will it be EG that take map 1? We're on board with Wuskin. He's watching up top, but it's, of course, Scraps down low. And already, it's worth noting, getting loud for the squad as well.
Yeah, bringing that energy, that confidence. They know how important today was. They played 2 games and 2 winnable games against Epsilon. They won that one now facing EG, but EG fighting back. 2 of Unilad does go down, but Scraps, he's 175 away from streaks, but Enable trades him out.
Yeah, unfortunately, he will fall. Enable push straight through mid-map. Top sandbags and no streaks early on for Unilad. And it is going to be EG that's bringing it to life in the hill. The big thing to note, though, is who has control of the spawns. It's going to be Unilad, or Yellow Arrows. You see that spawning at the top right, getting ready for the second hill in just 13 seconds. But it's Moose and Wuskin who want to keep applying a little bit of pressure there. And that's going to be EG not getting around about 5 points of that scrap out of 15 potential.
Yeah, so Moose, what he does is he goes to this radio tower, jumps up and picks up 3. EG with about 18 seconds left on the hill. I don't think they expected Moose to go for that, so he's able to pick up 3, which helps them on this first push, buys them a little bit of time. You can see Shawnee, he's wrapping back here, fighting for those spawns, picks up a big one on Apathy, but Nameless is there to trade it out. So a big set of kills that are coming in for Unilad.
Nameless is still hanging around. Finally, Wuskin will shut him down, but you can see it is the EG still spawning over towards the backside. 35 seconds left here in Winery. Unilad have done a good job of just holding it down, but again, they need to slay out, get another wave of kills. You'll see now as EG spawn, they're just going to have to give this one up, Joe. They're rotating over towards the next hill.
Scraps again. Let's go on board with him really quick. Let's see if he's earned streaks. No, he's very close though. But yeah, big gunfights between 5 and 7. But those players, well, they're in a 4 versus 2. Aches picks up 2. Scraps now just going to try and stay alive back stables, but he needs to be careful because those EG guys, they will be hunting him. They will be setting up for him, but he's trying to play for those streaks.
And this is tough, right? Because you want to slow down because you want to make sure you get your streaks, but you don't want to play too slow as well.
Yeah.
You need to find that intro kill, especially this big gunfight he's going to have with Apathy, because it could potentially dictate the spawns, especially considering he has Moose there as well. Moose actually gets the kill. That now gives Scraps license to push up. There's a player over towards the left-hand side. This should be a relatively easy trade. It is, and he now puts himself just 1 kill away from streaks.
Yeah, and you see those 2 kills go in for Unilad, and there's the spawns. Wuskin spawns in the back with that FG42 perfectly set up. EG now have to push through that radio tower, and there's that streak that we were talking about. Gets the fighter pilot. Will he be able to earn himself some more? Does get that glide bomb. Very close to artillery, but a perfect break from Unilad.
Yep, absolutely. Picture perfect by him. And now, of course, Unilad, they're in the hill once again. 23 seconds of time still left, but it's EG that they may be down here, but by no means out whatsoever. They're contesting it and want to make sure that they pick up the final 15 seconds of scrap. Note as well, you have Nameless lingering around the new hill over towards Lookout Post. Finally does fall. These are careful, you know, team kill there but out looking for Wuskin.
It's been a little crazy, right? Pretty back and forth.
Very.
You would think Unilad would have a bit of a lead. They do have streaks. They are set up, and there you go. Nameless picks up 2. Now is going to start the assault, but again, if you're Unilad, a break is okay because they do have those streaks still on Scraps, and Scraps playing so well, 9 and 5 right now.
Yeah, Scraps really had a phenomenal day today. Needs to continue it through, though, all throughout this series, and he wants that shut down evil geniuses, of course. Curious to see when he decides to actually call in those streaks. As it stands, Unilad still with good control. Shawnee realistically could have just played a little slower there. Didn't necessarily need to aimlessly give away his life, but he does still have 2 teammates on the hill, and they're still getting the time, Joe. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, Unilad's actually having a perfect setup. They're about to get a full 60 on Outlook Post. That doesn't happen every day, so a great job by Unilad. We're going to head into a fresh set of hills as we're going to reset towards that restaurant, and you can see Unilad, they're trying to get position. Nameless, he does get taken out. That's a big kill by Shawnee. Now just trying to take his time.
And here's one of the key things to note after the first rotation of hills. Apathy currently sat at 5 and 11. you have to imagine he's going to have a better second rotation. He's going to heat things up. He was a player that we highlighted throughout all of yesterday as the star-studded SMG player, that fast-placed SMG. He needs to really give Ace a little bit of assistance here.
Yeah, but so far so good. Ace is playing well. Apathy, yeah, you expect him to turn it around. But again, he's the first guy in for this EG team, so a ton of work for him to do. So, again, he's the first guy getting shot at when he goes into those rooms. But again, 14-second lead now for Unilad. And they're trying to swarm, but EG, they're just getting a good contest in. A big set of kills. Unilad, they still have spawns for Winery. That's in 23 seconds, but so far, so good.
And again, they still have the cushion of 2 streaks, a fighter pilot and a glide bomb. So if things do go a little bit down south, they could, of course, just use in those streaks on this rotation. But what you'd probably prefer if you're Unilad, of course, is a nice solid hold here at Winery, and then maybe use those streaks on rotation as you go over towards parking lot. Then you can essentially double down your points on 2 big money hills. But, of course, they need to hold here on Winery, and it's going to be Aix, the first play from Evil Geniuses, just trying to be a little bit of a nuisance here for Unilad.
Yeah, that was a huge kill by Scraps on Nameless. If Nameless gets that kill, that's when Aix goes. But Aix is just trying to buy time for his team. Big kills by Apathy, but Scraps, the twin brothers, are still locking this hill down, doing a great job trying to wait for those reinforcements.
They've already managed to get themselves 20 points on the initial time, and of course that will give them the lead, but instantly EG springing to life. Shawnee is pushing around the outside. He falls. Now will we see the streaks from Unilad? It doesn't look like it, of course. With just 27 seconds left, Scraps is already in position to potentially challenge. There's one falls, but is there anyone in a position to trade? It doesn't look like it, and Unilad, I mean, 2 players are rotating. Just got a little shaky there. Looked like Moose was potentially going to push that, but no, they all wisely back away and rotate.
Yeah, EG just playing so scrappy. I feel like they've gotten a good chunk of time off Winery in that restaurant hill. Just contesting the hill, getting that scrap time. This is a huge opportunity for Unilad, though, as you can see. EG, they're going to wait until that next hill pops. They're going to try. Do they have some streaks? It looks like they're setting up for some. Yeah, they do have streaks. A fighter pilot does come in from Aix. Gets absolutely nothing but no time going towards Unilad.
Yeah, no one in the hill there. Curious to see if maybe they expected some streaks to come through. Still, bear in mind, 20 seconds gone on the hill. Finally, someone from Unilad hops in it. The glide bomb has been called in. A little unfortunate because they did get 3 down. Bear in mind, the Scraps still with a fighter pilot at his disposal. As it stands, Unilad looking good here to potentially level things up. Just 1 player alive here, and it is going to be Enable.
Yeah, so Scraps just called in that glide bomb. He spawned out, just trying to give his teammates some assistance. But for him, his teammates got all the kills. Moose now on a 5 streak. He's playing pretty darn well today. He's just 1 kill away from, or an assist from streaks. That will definitely help them out, but a huge win by Aix.
Obviously, you mentioned he uses the glide bomb, still has the fighter pilot.
Yep.
Fighter pilot can be so effective as we head over towards the new hill in just 2 seconds time. It's Unilad with the lead, and just like that, there you see it. Scraps calls it in early, recognizing EG maybe already set up. 1 goes down. He's going to spot Apathy over towards Green Tower. That's going to have to be a call out. Apathy was actually in a streak at the time as well. He gets a glide bomb over towards Scraps, but Unilad, they do break through, but Enable snaps onto 1. Can he find the second? Moose is going to be weak in the hill. Finally, Scraps pushes through. He finds 1. That's a triple kill for Scraps. He looks for the pistol for all 4. That would have been the bronze medal, but it isn't meant to be just yet. But the important thing here again, Joe, it's Unilad in the hill.
Yeah, it definitely is. They're doing such a great job. They stayed alive. They actually switched a lot of their players over to Mountain, especially Scraps. You saw that early on. So they did a great job adjusting to those streaks. Another fighter pilot not doing too much for this EG team. And again, this lookout post has been controlled by Unilad. Both sets of rotations. Unilad doing a great job here, just trying to get this scrap time. This will put them about 35 points away from winning this game as we set over towards Restaurant.
How many times have we seen a St. Marie du Mans end in emphatic fashion? This could be another one of those games. EG, as we now go into our 3rd rotation of hills, they're ready and waiting. Set up in Restaurant.
I was just thinking today, the couple of St. Marie du Monts have been like 250 to 50s today. So
not this one.
They're typically pretty close. But yeah, 4 dead for EG. And again, it just feels like Restaurant. This one, they've definitely been controlling so far this game. As soon as Unilad gets a bit of a lead from a great hill, like that hill at Outlook Post, EG fight right back into it.
Again, though, it's still Unilad with the spawns, but no, all of a sudden, for the first time in the game on Restaurant Hill, it's going to be Unilad that spawn out, and instantly Enable's going to give that call out. Hey, guys, I've spawned in. We only have 1 more player on this side of the map. Apathy's going to hunt him down. Wuskin will fall. Now things could get a little bit scary for Unilad. They should be good to pick up the scrap time here, Joe.
Yeah.
Is the scrap time going to be enough? That's the question. It's going to put them at around about 230
Apathy
points.
might spawn out here. He does spawn out, so now it's a 3v4. A huge kill by Enable on the Moose. But still, Apathy is even further back to Moose when he spawns up. A couple of huge kills in from Nameless. Shawnee trying to do his best. He gets his team his spawns over at Ammunition, but still, EG have control of the hill. Moose doesn't check his corner. Did he see him? No, he didn't. That's a huge mistake. If he's able to get that kill, they're able to get time. EG trying to hold on.
And the glide bomb was being called in as well. 224, 226. Shawnee at the back. He's looking for one. Aches will get the kill. Enable went massive for Evil Geniuses on that hold. Finally, Unilad do break through. 32 seconds left. If you're EG, you still have to push this, Joe. You can't just rotate.
Yeah, and you can see number 7, that's Shawnee. He's trying to get the cuts. These are a huge set of kills. Great job by him to push out the front of the hill. Not allow those EG reinforcements to come any quicker. Picks up 2. This could potentially be the game 1 for Unilad.
Nameless may have something to say about it. Nameless with a double. Aches with a nade over the top as well. Hardpoint's going to be contested. It's
Shawnee.
a 244 to 229 game. Enable wins it, but the nade trade comes through. Still 6 seconds left.
They're going to win this. Did they win it? They might have. It's going to be 1 second, Ben. 1 second away. No, they actually got it. They got the last 5.
It ticks right at the very end. It looked as if it may have been good for EG to just hold on, but eventually it was Unilad that closed things out in another unbelievably close St. Marie du Mont hop.
Yeah, I mean, it was Shawnee. He got both kills there at the end. If he doesn't get that kill, EG are fully set up towards parking lot. They probably win the game. Nobody from Unilad was even close yet. They go for the gamble. They go for the scrap time. It pays off.
Of course, a couple of key plays there from EG to put them in the contention to potentially win that game. Enable stayed alive for so long off that rotation. Won 3 big gunfights. Aches as well. He was just sat in that little corner on the hill, and somehow no one from Unilad spotted him. But it doesn't matter. Unilad get the final tick, and they will go 1-0 up. And you said how important it is that they steal one of these first games. Well, they've done it. They've won the hard point. Now pressure realistically on Evil Geniuses for the rest of the
Absolutely. I mean, we've talked about EG and their great search and destroy, but that's really been Apathy. You know, Apathy and Ace have been pretty stellar, but Unilad, their search and destroy has carried them through series, and their teamwork's looked impeccable. So while I do give the edge to Evil Geniuses, do not count out Unilad. This is a very solid search and destroy squad.
And I think a lot of that kind of giving the edge over towards EGs probably comes from the map as well, right?
Yeah.
We know we're heading over to our Dennis game too. I mean, that's a map that yesterday you just saw Apathy basically say, hey, this is my map now, and he completely took over. I'm a little surprised that potentially we didn't see that go in the veto process, but obviously it does come through. And now, again, a little bit of pressure here on Apathy to have another one of those massive games.
That's why I imagine Unilad didn't end up vetoing it. It's right. It's like, all right, is Apathy really going to do that again? Yeah, that's so tough to do, you know, in back-to-back matches against the best teams in the world. I'm sure EGs would love if that did happen, but I mean, I know I sure would, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it's going to take the rest of those guys. And I think really, if you look at Unilad, Scraps really stuck out to me in that game 1. It just felt like he was constantly in the kill feed, getting 2 to 3, you know, at a time. So a great job by him. And I can't wait to see the sort of hill breakdown, because I felt like Winery in the first hill really went towards EG, but Parking Lot and that lookout post went towards Unilad.
Of course, the final score there, 250 to 230. But believe us when we say that very well could have been a 250 to 249 game. The final tick in what looked like it wasn't even going to come through does. And EG, they'd already rotated through the parking lot, so that would have been a much closer game if Lady Luck wasn't on Unilad's side. But now, as we said, we head over to map 2, a search and destroy on Ardennes Forest. Yesterday, we saw Evil Geniuses take over this map, or more so I should say Apathy take over the map. Curious to see if he can do it again. It was a monstrous performance. You don't really expect performances like that every single game, but he definitely needs to play well, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think we're getting a little restart. I was getting all excited.
I was excited too.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously a very important game and in a match overall for Evil Geniuses. Again, not the best start to the league that they wanted, but they were the last team to get in North America. But we knew the potential of this squad.
And again, to reiterate the importance of this, these two teams are currently tied at 2 and 3 in the overall standings.
Yeah.
So not only do you go ahead of the team that you beat in this, you also have to think, all right, well, head-to-head in case of a tiebreaker. These two teams being so close already, you have to think, could this potentially be a battle for a playoff spot if everything else kind of goes their way? This really is a big game for both of our two teams here, Joe.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I feel like the last 2 weeks of Division B, they're going to be crazy because you know United, they want to finish 3 and 4, and they're going to go home and do their homework. You know, they're going to get prepared. They're going to fight back. Same with Splice. Splice, not the record that they want, so that fire's going to be lit. Division B, those last 2 weeks, they're going to be crazy. The records, man, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
And it's these games that really will have a massive, massive say. The end of today, and of course, concluding tomorrow, the final 4 games of the first set of round-robin matches from Division B. Everyone wants to just at least end even,
Wants
if
to be
nothing else.
comfortable. Yeah, you want to be comfortable. Yeah.
I think the only 2 teams which are comfortable right now, though, LG and Team Envy, is still unbeaten. Well, of course, one of those teams will have to take an L as they play each other to conclude tomorrow.
I mean, the other team in the mix is FaZe, and they're 3 and 2 right now. They play Luminosity, and then I think they have another tough match tomorrow, so they're not safe either, man. Really, just FaZe and Luminosity ahead. But here we go. Smoke strategies for Evil Geniuses. They're going right down the middle of the map, and there we go. Apathy just pushing in for that first kill.
Obviously, we mentioned, or I mentioned it rather, you know, into the veto process, we didn't see Unilad ban this map. I really, really hope they did go back and watch this map, though, and kind of see, all right, well, what did App do? Where was he running? Can we just set up and try and counter any of these early pushes?
Yeah, I bet they did. They knew how important today was with 2 games, very winnable games. But here we go, 3v3. Apathy still in the middle of the map. EG, they're just stuck on this middle. Which bomb site are they going to pick? Scraps on this top platform, and it looks like they're going to head towards that B bomb site. Great job by Apathy to stay alive, but Scraps picks up 2. Knows where the third is as well. Scraps having a heck of a series and a heck of a round right here.
Accidental body stacking comes in from EG. Scraps says, thank you very much. That's going to be a double kill. Also, more importantly, bomb down. That's going to leave Enable in a 1v3 and a world of pain with just 30 seconds left. It's going to be almost impossible for him to win this round, especially considering Scraps is still up top. You expect to see potential challenge coming from behind. It does. It's what's going to Unilad start the search and destroy off strong.
Yeah, it felt Apathy just got caught on his teammate. He knew he was just trying to stay alive. I don't think he was trying to re-challenge. That would have been a bit of a silly decision, but as soon as that happens, Scraps lines him up, picks up 2. You know, EG are a little bit frustrated on that one.
Most definitely are. We'll see if they can bounce back, though, now on the defensive round. Of course, we'll see exactly what Unilad have in store for us here on the attacking side. Is it going to be a little bit of an initial B push? It will be. Can they, more importantly, try and get that bomb down and, of course, ultimately win the round? The first few gunfights already in favor of Unilad. Another first blood. Wuskin shuts down Apathy.
Yeah, and you can tell EG has done their prep. They 3-stacked a B bomb site. You don't always see that. Nameless picks up 2. Moose, though, picks up and responds with a 2 of his own. Now 1 versus 2 with Aches left in the middle of the map.
Aches spots Wuskin, so has at least a little bit of information. Lands the first bullet, tries to throw the nade, but it isn't going to go out in time. And Unilad, the first 2 rounds in quick succession, 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I love what they did. They smoke out the B bomb site and go right through it. Shawnee and Moose go very, very quickly through that, and they just try to cause chaos. And you saw that's what happened. Shawnee was just spraying through smoke. Moose picks up 1 and just turns around, whips his gun around, and gets the second.
Snaps on towards Nameless. A little fortunate that Nameless was as weak as he was, but hey, he'll take it, that's for sure. Now, of course, EG, they go back on towards the attacking side. Will we see something maybe a little bit differently? We'll see Enable with the FG mid-map. He's trying to hunt down Shawnee. Shawnee did a good job of just trading out in the first round. We'll be able to do the same again. Looks like a smoke already thrown out. And Enable just drops. Will spot Shawnee, but Shawnee spots Enable as well.
Looks like a bit of a one-way smoke. You don't see that too often. Enable doesn't think he's going to be seen, but you could see right where that body was, that's where Shawnee was able to get him, and then Scraps still holding down this B bomb site, doing such a great job. Shawnee just playing with Ace a little bit. And there's one player, that is Nameless, trying to make a hero play, but he gets shut down by Moose. So far, so good for Unilad.
And this is flawless. Yeah. Flawless play here from Unilad. Of course, they do leave Aches in a 1 versus 4. He's already found the first kill in Moose, but again, Shawnee still just being a nuisance. Aches knows he's there. Shawnee hasn't moved whatsoever. This would, of course, open up mid-map, but the problem is time is ticking here, Joe. Aches has to spring into life. Now challenges Scraps, but Shawnee, rightfully, as soon as he hears the bullets, challenges himself and gets an easy kill. Yeah,
so 2 rounds now, 2 offensive rounds for Evil Geniuses. Both times they try to work the middle of the map. The first time it was try to work that A bomb site. The second, try to work that B bomb site. Nothing working out for them. Scraps and Co have been shutting them down.
Again, beautiful, beautiful search and destroy from Unilad. The first 3 rounds, essentially flawless. Can they keep it going though? And more importantly, is anyone working towards streaks? Wuskin probably going to be the closest one. 300 points out of 625. Curious to see potentially he slows down that playstyle, maybe waits for a late A flank.
I love this plat in Unilad. They throw the same smokes that they did at B, but they're instantly hitting middle and A. But there's a flank coming in. That's Apathy. Apathy able to get one, able to get the second as well. Great round from Apathy. Is going to be the third. No, weakens that player. Wuskin, he, you know, gets that trade. Still a 2v3 though for Evil Geniuses.
Apathy got the information, but he needs his teammates to win the gunfights. Nameless now hits a late flank with a teammate there, and Wuskin just says, nah, see you later, mate. I'm out of this one. And now you have yourself a 1v1. Nameless knows Wuskin's still going to be there. Wuskin pulls out the pistol. Nameless goes to the challenge and ultimately gets the kill.
Look, he's like, what just happened? Why was that a 1 versus 1? Like, what? I mean, it was a 3 versus 2, and they give, you know, some individual gun battles up. Nameless is like, what the heck, guys?
How did that just happen?
Yeah.
It was basically Wuskin realizing there was 2 behind him, just ran for his life, and obviously found the first, turned it to a 2v2. Teammate goes down, 2v1. Wuskin trades the kill. Almost a fantastic individual play there from Wuskin. And speaking of individual play, 6-1 is Wuskin at this time. That was his first death of this search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about scraps, but, you know, Wuskin, his AR has been solid for this Unilad roster. Shawnee doing a great job playing this middle. I thought he was going to win that one. Ake's able to pick it up, and here comes the A attack for Evil Geniuses.
Apathy knows he had Wuskin in the corner. Going to challenge with the pistol. Should be good to walk out of that one alive after he picks up that kill. Bump as well going down. EG looking a little better here in this round, Joe.
Yeah, definitely so. Just the first bloods, I think, going their way. I mean, if Aches gets traded out there or goes down to Shawnee, basically that A attack gets thwarted because Shawnee would then just look to his right, help his teammate through that cabin alley. But that was a great sort of pinch attack from EG.
EG now getting a little bit of momentum back into this search and destroy. They were 3-0 down. Win the last 2 rounds, make it 3-2. Curious to see, we'll see them tie this one up. Of course, for Unilad, they still have that lead. A big swing round now, potentially coming up at 4-2. Definitely looks a lot better than 3-3, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Enable 0-5. His S&D has been struggling for this EG lineup. Respawn, great. S&D, not so much. So
anything specific you've seen? Any reason behind that, you think?
I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen anything that's really just sort of stood out to me. But, I mean, I don't know if he's just not in the positions that he's comfortable in. But in this round, they get a couple of kills their way. Now a 3 versus 2. Aches working on this flank. This is a big 1v1 that's going to go down.
And honestly, if you're Aches, you played that perfectly. You know you don't have to push that. You don't have to be reckless. You haven't pinned in. There's only one place that the 2 remaining players can be. You can just slow peek, pre-aim. So a wonderful response from EG. It was Unilad that win the first 3. EG responded with 3 in a row of their own. And now we're all tied up, Joe.
Yeah, I think it was just sort of a lot of adjustments, especially on their attacks. They're able to win that one, but both their defenses have been great. So, again, a great adjustment out of EG. You know, I think we saw this earlier today where someone got 3 rounds and then they responded with 3 rounds in a row. It just seems to be that Ardennes Forest where you can really switch it up and switch it on your opponents.
I think one of the keys now for EG on this next attacking round is how do you deal with Shawnee mid-map? We saw Aches just straight outgun him on their last attacking round, but doesn't seem like anyone's going to want to challenge Shawnee this time. And instead, Nameless falls early for first blood. You can see just how even the first bloods are. Unilad with 4, EG with 3.
I imagine the rounds they won, they probably had that first blood, so.
You would imagine, right?
Yeah, let's see if the trend continues as Unilad. They just caught Nameless out. Nameless was trying to dive to that pillar, but I believe it was Moose who just put down, or Scrap, sorry, a nade right on the ground where Nameless jumped on top of it.
Bear in mind, Shawnee still with his tactical, able to use if he wants to do it. We saw it work wonders for him 3-4 rounds ago. Now, though, Wuskin watching the rotation from EG, and EG left realistically with very little time and very little options. I think they're going to have to push mid-map. Now, the problem is Moose has the cross. If anyone actually wants to challenge Shawnee, they have to rely on basically a long-distance gunfight, and Shawnee knows that. Shawnee can just jiggle peek this all he wants.
Yep, Scrap's there to help him as well. I mean, EG, they just rely on this middle lane a little bit too much. Some teams, they love to push B, even if it's in a 3v4, but they're just getting picked apart in middle. Don't know if I agree with their decision. I know what they're trying to do. As soon as you get that pick mid, it opens the map up a little bit more, and you separate the defenders, but they're just getting picked off from a bunch of different angles.
So here's my thing, right? you know the angles you're going to get challenged from early in the round.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come from mid-cut. You're going to have Shawnee sitting over towards, the barrel heady, if you will. So pull out a smoke grenade, smoke mid-cut. You don't have to worry about it. Then if you really, really, really want to take control of mid, you can fly at Shawnee if you really want to. Throw a stun at him.
So they did round one.
Exactly. That's what you need to see Evil Geniuses start to do. That round, of course, you had to worry about Fire Rally because you only had 25 seconds left in as well. So you're just kind of increasing all of the options Unilad actually have at their disposal. Now, of course, Unilad 4-3 up. Early on, the trades come through. It was Enable that got the first blood, and more importantly, his first kill here in the Search and Destroy. But Moose is sniffing. He's hunting down everyone from EG, and now all of a sudden, this has become a 2v2.
Yeah, Enable, though, did a great job staying alive. He was stuck on that platform, just bought enough time for Aches and Apathy to give some help, but Apathy now left in a 1 versus 2.
Apathy had a freakishly good performance yesterday and responds with a 1v2, getting loud as well. Obviously, you mentioned you've teamed with so many of these guys before. Yeah. When they get loud, they get loud.
Yeah, they love bringing the energy, especially Nameless and App. You have to get them pumped up. That's when they play at their best. So a great round out of App. And it really was just on Enable, just buying his team time, just staying alive. Because you know that they threw a good strat at him. They went through that U area. And then one person snuck out B, but here we go. Let's see what EG decides to do. It looks like they're attacking Shawnee, but Apathy doesn't have on armored.
I think I called it. They did exactly what I said they were going to do.
Yeah,
they threw the stun, they threw the nade, and the smoke goes mid.
Yep, but they smoke off this guy. Apathy then peeks him. Now they know that both defenders are split off. This is a huge round for EG. They're attacking that A-bomb site. Great job, Ben.
Joe, you play, I'll coach.
All right.
We'll win championships.
I'll play and coach.
Well, no, because then I won't have a job.
Yeah, right. You can cast.
Damn it, Joe. A 2v4 situation. Unilad now, of course, in a little bit of trouble here. EG put themselves potentially at map point. Can they somehow clutch up? The big thing to note here is Apathy close to streaks. I love what he's going to do here. Just lie down, be patient. You know there's going to be a player more than likely wrapping over towards back cabin. Takes his time.
He needs number 2 to peek for him. There we go. Enable peeks for him. Enable 1 and 8, but you know that doesn't count too much because he was just baiting for a hap, you know. So just mark that one off. He's still just 1 and 7.
Okay, we'll let one of the 8 deaths slide.
Yep.
Now Scraps 1v3. 13 seconds left. Not going to happen. Aches cleans him up. EG put themselves at map point.
Yeah, great attack round. Like you said, just made some adjustments. They had to make sure they got Shawnee down. As soon as they peeked Shawnee, Apathy and Aches both double peeked that guy middle U. And they throw that smoke to really block off the sight line from Scraps on the top platform. Great job out of EG.
And it just shows their comfort playing mid-map, right? They don't really have anyone that's going to snipe over towards, the ruin side of the map. They don't really like playing bunker side. It is a very mid-map orientated team in terms of their aggressive pushes, and that is going to make this round so important. Holding your defenses, and with streaks, you expect it to be a little bit easier.
Yep, back up. Great job, App. Didn't want him to overcommit, and he also saw players didn't have armored. Are they going to, or mountain, sorry. So he's going to set this up. Let's see if he can try and get that bomb planter before it goes down. No. Bomb goes down. He's going to be able to get one. He's able to get Moose. Oh. But the Unilad guys, they just went on the offensive. Still a 2v3. Enable able to pick up Scraps.
Glide bomb?
Might want to call in the glide bomb here, but that does waste some time. Shawnee. Yep, there's that glide bomb. He's going to see him middle map. No. Who's going to still alive here? Now 1 versus 3, 20 seconds left, but I imagine they saw him. Yes, they did see him. Another great map out of App on Ardent Force. 13 and 5, finishes on a 7 streak. And again, he's the first guy in, but he is just winning those opening duels. A great map out of App, the Evo Jesus.
Wonderful, wonderful performance from the EG squad. They step it up towards the end there. A little scary. Yeah. Wiskin did have that mountain class on, and it was like, oh god, I don't think he actually saw him with a glide bomb.
Yeah.
They obviously get just a little bit of information as he turns the corner, but ultimately series now tied at 1-1.
Yeah, and if you're Unilad, you up 3-0. You want to try and close that out, but EG just fight right back into that game. That was a huge map for EG.
Well, so far the series hasn't disappointed. 2 very, very close games. Of course, it all started on that St. Marie-du-Mont hard point. It was Unilad that took that before a fantastic response from EG in the form of Apathy going off once again. gentlemen, welcome back to the CWL Pro League presented by PlayStation 4. It's Unilad versus Evil Geniuses, and it's all tied up at one map apiece. Up next, we go back to the forest for some for some capture the flag action.
Yeah, we just had search and destroy, Ben.
Yeah, we did. I was just excited because we've had a close series so far. Hardpoint was unbelievably close. The S&D, very, very close as well. You're expecting more of the same here in capture the flag?
More than likely. When Unilad wins this one, it's typically in double overtime, right? That's a couple of the wins that they've had, so Unilad, they like to push the limits. We watched them play this yesterday. They play very defensive, and well, their attacks, they're effective, but I mean, they literally like to wait on their side of the map. So let's see if they made any improvements on that, because you can't allow a team like EG to get a lot of attack opportunities with when you talk about guys like Apathy.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Is it almost now a little bit of a fear here for Unilad if you sit back and try and absorb the pressure? EG isn't a team who's just going to sit there and slowly go up the map. No, they have players who are going to fly straight at you, and they're going to let you know that maybe you're playing a little too passive. But hey, for Unilad at times that playstyle did work, Joe.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, it gives them leads. It's just the endings of games that always get scary. So far, well, nobody doing too much. This might as well be a search and destroy round, as you can see. 4 players just kind of lined up on.
Yeah,
we're playing capture the flag. There we go. Apathy is getting into a gunfight with Moose, but nobody wants to do much.
See, at this point now, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
you don't want to be the guy that dies first.
40 seconds in, we're good. We are good. Aches, though, he's getting a little bored. He's starting to move up the middle of the map, and that Aches versus Shawnee gunfight happens once again. And there we go. Shawnee climbs the tank, gets 1 kill, scraps with another, and you can see they're starting to put that pressure on, but that spawn right there, he just spawned in the cave.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, so that's a new one for me. And then, that flag does try to get out from scraps, but 2 players spawn on that cave side. Gives EG, some base defense, but Shawnee being very sneaky for Unilad.
That could have been pretty scary, of course. It was Enable who was over towards the first hill. They didn't really have control of anywhere else, and his teammates spawned slap bang on him. Yeah. If Unilad had maybe some more stun grenades there, or even a smoke, that could have been a flagpole. Shawnee, take your time.
They need 1 more kill. This is a huge one right here on Enable. There we go. Watch. Yep, he pulls the flag. 1 guy is going to spawn up. You don't want that player to run into another, but he catches great timing. That was Scraps. Moose has some help. Nameless going to be the last guy left to try and stop this flag attempt. Scraps, though, does catch him, and there's another player. That's Enable, but just too late. Going to be 1-0 from Unilad. Again, they don't do it too often, but when they go on the offensive, they put flags on the board. Yeah,
very, very efficient team.
Yeah.
Flag pull per cap ratio. I'd love to see what it is. Because, to your point, they don't do it often, but when they do, flag tends to put 8 points on the board. Now, can you potentially see a counter cap? Not gonna happen. EG, they fall. They're just a little worried that potentially Unilad were trying to set up a little bit of a relay.
Yeah, and Mooskin, that's his Valentine, that wall. It's Valentine's Day. He's hanging out with it.
Just hanging out.
Just controlling ruins on that left side of the map. Scraps picks up Enable. But really, that flag cap just stemmed from Shawnee. Just sneaking around the EG base when they least expected it. A couple of kills go their way. They get that flag out. Now EG, they have to be on the offensive. 2 go down for Unilad. Aches trying to get some shots, and the last guy has his help from Apathy. So here we go for Evil Geniuses.
Now here's the issue. Number 5, Wuskin. Is he going to go for potentially a flank through mid-map? Enable has kind of picked up on that. Hasn't seen him in a while, and Wuskin does win that gunfight, and that's going to slow down the EG push.
Yeah, typically when you see sort of flag attempts from this side that EG's on, it starts in ruins. It's typically 2 guys ruins, 1 guy middle, and 1 guy cabin. And while Wuskin was able to just sit on that top ruins platform, he stops the push of EG.
And it's worth mentioning the reason why, of course, if you push through cabin, you have to go straight underneath that bridge. You're wide open. If you obviously go for the ruin side, it's much easier to get that flag out and into safety, and more importantly, towards your own team.
Yeah, and you want to spawn the enemy out towards cabin, not towards that back bridge. So if you come from cabin, well...
guess what? You're probably blocking the spawn.
Yeah. But here we go, EG. Now they have 2 in ruins. As I said, there we go. That's the first pick. Enable going to try to find another. He does find 1. And the attack is on for Evil Geniuses. There's Nameless. 1 player left. It is Moose. How much time can he buy? There's those spawns we were talking about, Ben. Out towards cabin. But the players need to wrap back. Some big defensive plays now for Evil Geniuses. They can't allow a counter opportunity.
The problem is Enable was so late into watching the cross, but I don't think it's going to matter. 1 player left. It's going to be Wuskin. Wuskin now in a 1 versus 3 situation. He just tries to play for the flag. App says, thank you very much. That's a return. And more importantly, that's a flag cap for EG. We're all all square, 1 flag apiece with 55 seconds left of the first half.
Yeah, great job by Apathy to pick up both those players over, extending towards that bunker. So a great job. Uses that grenade, gets close with the PPSH. Now tied 1-1.
This could be important here. If App's able to get streaks, did he spot Moose? I think he did, but ring around the rosy. It's Apathy that walks away with the pick. Just an assist is all he's going to need. Try and land some shots, but play your life here. You don't
play a little smart. Play a little smart. Gets a bullet in. There you go. Just backs away. Plays his life. And you can see they might be going for an attack. Nameless, though, gets naded out. Great job by Moose to just sort of sniff that one out. Throws a nade. Spots him. 18 seconds left. Now, I imagine because Apathy's just waiting for streaks, there's not going to be many pulls, but there we go. Unilad, they're trying to get one last one to push it into extra time, but I think it'll be shut down here.
App worried that maybe someone pushing through his ruin side. Just 3 seconds left. You don't have to get the kill this half. You can obviously play for it in the second, and the first half will end 1 flag apiece. And again, Apathy still just an assist away from earning those streaks, and well, we know how important streaks can be in capture the flag. Yeah,
absolutely, especially on this map. You can use them on the attack for defense. So, you know, you heard a lot of players. They're like, you know, with how streaks they're easier to get in this game than previous ones.
Yep.
Especially with how powerful that fighter pilot is. This was one of those maps that players, you just sort of grind it out and try to earn streaks. So Apathy, this is big for him.
Here's one key thing to note. Unfortunately, it isn't going to come into effect. I was going to say he is going to get his stun back, and obviously if he gets a stun, he would have got the assist points, but kind of threw it, I don't want to say a little aimlessly. Obviously, he expected someone to come through mid-map.
Scraps got through. Scraps got through. He went right down the middle. They didn't expect this. That's a big one-on-one. No, Enable, he just spawned up. Scraps doesn't see him. That could have been it for Unilad.
Return. Give App the return. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, looks like they're doing it. They're going back. They're giving him the return. So there we go. Streaks for Evil Geniuses. Boom. As you said. All right, Coach Ben, you got the job. Assistant coach.
Assistant coach?
Yeah,
all right, I'll take it. We're on the up and up.
All right.
Now he needs to get the next kill, though. On Shawnee, pushing up towards his left-hand side. I don't think he's going to check it, but you can see the different intent in terms of the attacking playstyle between these two sides. Look at the amount of resources Unilad are putting over towards that ruin side.
Yeah, they're attacking that ruins big time. Again, it's sort of that 2-split. Moose is in middle. There's only one player playing defense towards that bunker side. Shawnee, though, he knows he's all alone. Can't do much until his team Enable gets behind enemy lines. Gets one on Moose. Now the attack going to come for Evil Geniuses, and it starts with Enable.
It does. Spots the first. Of course, at this point now, they're going to know Unilad are all off spawn, so you have to just slay out that next wave. Look as if
he's thinking about it, yep.
Pulls in the mortars. He's going to put those over towards back bunker. Shawnee's going to be mid-map. He has to trust his teammate to win that gunfight. Does. That's 3 down.
Just
now it's all down to Wuskin.
Yeah, 1 player left and he wins it. Huge one-on-one. Destroys Nameless, but Apathy's still alive. The bell spawns come in. So let's see what Unilad does. They're going to try and get a stun off. Yep, they try, but they miss. But here we go. The race is on towards middle of map. That's a big kill by Scraps. But there's Aches in the middle. Takes down 2. There's 1 player left. It's Wuskin. Let's see what he can do. Well, he can do something, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. 2-1 EG. Great job by them to use those streaks effectively. And as you said, he trusted his teammates.
I thought that wild stray bullet there from the FG could have potentially cost EG the flagpole if a double kill had come through, but it wasn't the case. EG do get the flag cap. 2-1 game with 2 minutes 50 still to play. Apathy on the defensive over towards Ruin's side. Has license to push if he wants, but again, just playing this one a little slow here.
Yep, they're just trying to trap EG into this base. But EG, they're pushing that middle of the map. That's Nameless, the first one through. Doesn't get Wuskin in. Well, now the attack for Unilad. Let's see if they can do anything. But Enable and Apathy are trying to shut it down. Nice little jump shot out of there from Apathy. And he's still just playing ring around the rosy. Able to pick up 1. Diving around. This is a bit of a crazy situation right now.
This definitely is. The one thing I love, though, is just the confidence App's playing with once again. You can see it just in the way he's challenging these gunfights. He's really feeling himself, and you can see that reflected in his individual stat line, 16 and 7. And more importantly, some of the wins that they've been able to get on mats and series as well. But with just 2 minutes left, it's still EG with a 1 flag lead. Question is, can Unilad somehow break through the Evil Geniuses' defense?
Yeah, they're trying to get that Ruins control first. Finally, they take down Nameless. Now they can start the attack. Shawnee, he's able to get 1. These are some big kills. Great shots out of Shawnee. Get some hit markers on Aches. Aches and Enable, the last one left. They know the last guy's weak. Aches just gets it out, but Scraps gets away with it. And they're getting the cabin cuts as well. A great job, but here comes the fighter pilot.
I'm kind of surprised to see the fighter pilot used, because you have two players who are going to have to come off spawn, and they're not really going to be in a position to catch that flag carrier. The problem was Unilad had someone watching the cabin cross, and as soon as those first 2 kills came, it's almost impossible for you to actually stop the flag. Now you're basically relying on a counter cap, which isn't going to come through. So Evil Geniuses, honestly,
no streaks left.
No streaks left. Tied game 2-2. I don't know if that was a good fighter pilot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was just sort of instinctive, like,
Right.
oh, you got to do this. Maybe something crazy will happen, but nothing does. Now EG, they're attacking from Bell side. Well, this is going to spawn Unilad right towards that back bunker. One guy just spawned up middle tank.
map. Okay.
All right, so that kill is going to come in from Scraps as he spawns middle tank. Allows him to also flank that fire alley. I imagine just EG was just too far pushed up. They were basically blocking everything. And that's the emergency spawn there. Nameless and Aches, though, on the attack. Great job by Shawnee staying alive.
If Shawnee gets the double, it's massive, and he does as well. Aches will fall. 34 seconds left. That could honestly be the double kill, which pushes this game to an overtime situation. Towards stopwatch, you look at the map. No one from either side pushes across the hearth. Moose could think about it if he wants to, but he wants to play defensively, make sure no one from EG gets a flag pull. This one, we're going to OT, Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
Another close game.
It's Unilad. We're going to OT, right?
It's Unilad, yeah.
I mean, that's just what
Great
they
point.
do.
Yep, they set up, they absorb the pressure, but hey, they're very, very good at it, that's for sure. And just to reiterate one more time, we are going into this stopwatch situation with 0 streaks on the board.
Yeah.
So this is one of those good old-fashioned stopwatches, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Unilad, they play a bit defensive. They sort of rely on a sneak cap, which we saw from Shawnee on that first side. Let's see if one of these teams has some phase magic. You know, has a great break off, gets a flag out in the first 30 seconds. But we saw that first break off. Neither team really wanted to move.
FaZe is majestic at their breakups,
Yeah.
but to your point, I thought the players still thought we were playing Ardennes Search and Destroy. No one wanted to give away that first death or the first kill. Now, though, stopwatch, will we see anything different? Stun grenades already thrown out, a couple of nades as well. But it seems like we're starting the stopwatch pretty much the same way we started the map.
Yeah. Nobody wants to commit too much right now. Everybody's looking around, but nobody's moving.
They're just relying on the first pick. It could have come from Aches with a double. Unilad almost body stacked. The double isn't going to come through, but the trades most definitely do. So that's going to be a 2 versus 2. Momentarily, actually, App left last alive. Player to his left-hand side. Sniffs out Wiscombe. Pre-fires as well over towards Fire Rally. Expected there to be a player there. There was, of course, Moose. Moose now trying to push up, but pushing by himself. Instantly traded out, and still that fight for map control commences.
Yep. There we go. Enable, though, he has Ruins control. That's the first step when you attack this side. So a great job by Enable to win that one-on-one versus Scraps. Nameless gets destroyed by Shawnee. Great job by Shawnee. That's a huge trade. And there we go. Both teams sort of trading the map. You see cabin control for Unilad, but Ruins control for EG.
Here's the key. If Wiskin is fast here, and he actually gets himself into that first hill, he could cause some problems. No one from EG kind of checked that off, but they're recognizing, hey, you know, we haven't seen Wiskin in a while. One player from Unilad could be lingering around, and that's exactly why they're sniffing out and putting a ton of resources over towards this side of the map. Aches has to expect it doesn't. Wiskin will win the first gunfight, and bear in mind, while this is happening, look at the control Moose has of Ruin's side. Yep. Unilad with full control of the left and the right. It's forcing EG in the middle.
Let's say, look where the EG guys are. Both of them in the middle of the map. Enable, though, able to pick up that first gunfight. Apathy wins another, and App just going to go for it. Look, number 3 on that mini-map. He's just going for a pull. But one does spawn there. Is he going to recognize it or find him? He's hunting for the kill. Great job. I was going to shut that down.
A little close. He almost managed to go the one way neither player is looking, and that could have been bad news bears for Unilad. But instead, we have ourselves still a stalemate situation, or a stopwatch situation. No flags have really had a good attempt at being pulled here. 3 minutes still to go in the first half. Of course, if we don't see any flag caps in the first half, basically becomes golden flag. First flag cap wins in that second half. App still trying to push to no avail. Enable controlling cabin side. One player will be challenging. Does he know it? No, he doesn't. And Wiscombe once again cleans out that side of the base.
Yeah, but EG, they do have Ruins control. So that's a good first step for them. They're trying to find Wiskin. But he's just staying alive, just being a nuisance. Scraps, though, picks one up on Nameless. I feel like Nameless is always that first guy in through Ruins.
Right.
And he's just getting shut down. He's not winning that first gunfight, which really, the pressure is then off for Unilad. So Ace and Apathy, though, they get into the mix, and now here we go. Scraps finally gets out of his base. He needs some help from his brother. He is able to get that. Oh, streaks. I didn't know he was playing for that. So on a 5 spree. There is one player chasing him. That's Nameless.
He's going to die here. I think he's going to be a
Wait,
little
does
unfortunate.
Nameless not see him?
Yeah, he does.
There we go.
There we go. Nameless will shut down Wisconsin. So he isn't going to be fully streaked out, but a fighter pilot and a glide bomb at his disposal. With a minute 46, I'd be absolutely mind-blown to see him use it aggressively. You expect to see him maybe not even decide to use it defensively. You want to save that realistically going into the next half.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, a minute 30, if they can just get to the next half, play for the golden flag, as you said, calls it in as they get EG stuck in the back of their base. That's when, you know, the streaks are at their best. So, you know, about 80 seconds left in this one, but...
And you have to know EG don't have streaks as well. There's been no one really going on a big rampage. If you've been keeping track as a Unilad player, you should have pretty good insight towards their points tally and towards the fact that they don't actually have streaks. But in actual fact, Unilad may go for one last-ditch effort with 60 seconds left. Again, I would hate to see them use streaks even if they did get that flag out. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so. Last 60 seconds of the first half, and I expect this very much to end like the end of the second half of regulation time.
Yeah, 50 seconds left. Unilad starting to push up. Sean or Scraps going on a big flank here. If anything's going to start, it's going to start for him, but he actually decides to go through that fire alley. One player on EG, that's Enable. Push through ruins as he spawn Bell, picks up Shawnee. That means Scrap instantly has to turn around because Enable's going for a flag. So some big gunfights here. We're going to have a stalemate, and extra time will come into play here.
Of course it will, Joe.
It sure will.
Of course
Unilad.
it will.
We're playing it all the way through. Every second counts. Shawnee, though, on the chase. Can he make a miracle happen? Doesn't look like it, but he has some help from Moose. But great shots. I'm not sure who that was, but that was a great jump shot out of someone on EG.
Final 10 seconds. Scraps, of course, with one flag. Enable with the other. Wiskins, again, to reiterate, does have those streaks. I don't think either of these flags are going to be returned. And, well, because we're in stopwatch, we don't get that extra minute. So we're going to the second side now where essentially golden flag cap, Joe.
Yeah, and as we said, you know, Unilad has streaks, so that's the big thing for them.
So when do you use them? Is it a situation now where you get two down and you instantly say streak?
No, you get ruins control. You get that sort of setup. You get one A cabin, one middle, two in ruins, and then you sort of open it up with that streak. And that's when you sort of start that attack. We'll see if they can get that set up. Nameless, though, trying to take matters into his own hands. Picks up one. Unilad, they're going to have to turn around. Great shots out of Nameless. Apathy there to trade. Can EG go on the offensive?
I feel like this game has...
Oh, and they're going to call in a glide bomb. So that lets EG know, hey, they have streaks. You might see a change into that mountain class.
I'm so surprised that they use it. Yes, they use it as a safety blanket because they don't want to give anything away. But to your point, perfect point, now EG know, hold on a minute. He just called in a glide bomb. Boys, we may have to think about a mountain class now.
Yeah, definitely.
And instantly, look at what Apathy does.
Yep,
mountain class. Nameless. Mountain class. That could be a very, very costly mistake.
Yeah, well, the good thing is if they get them trapped the way they want to, he knows where they'll be in the back of that bridge. But nobody getting control. Both of these teams
this has rematch written all over it, Joe. It would be a very fitting way for what has been an unbelievably close series to go, especially with Unilad. You know, if we get to the final 60 seconds, Joe, they're not budging out of spawn, pal.
Yeah, but Moose trying to fight for ruins. That could be the start for Unilad, but here's Aches. If Aches gets this kill, trying to stay alive, there's one player left. That's Shawnee. They can take Shawnee down. Yep, there we go. That flag, they're going to call it in. They got to call it in right away. He's just going to stay alive and bunker. Perfect. This is perfect for Evil Geniuses. However, did get tagged up, but these kills, these are the ones that count. There's the first one. Nope. But someone already got through. Already at cabin wall. That's Moose. Moose is getting through. He's flanking that cave. That's a big one-on-one. Apathy wins that one. But there's Moose. Instantly trades it out, and that's all three. That's a flag for Evil Geniuses. Woo! That was close.
Scrappy finish. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Apathy earned himself streaks. Not that he's going to have to use them. Flag will be run home, and Evil Geniuses will take game 3. It went all the way to overtime.
Yeah, I'd be giving App a hug, too, if he was 33-17.
He's had an absolutely monstrous series thus far. But to the point you made at the very, very beginning, Joe, you looked at the map set, and the first thing you said is Game 4, Game 5 look very, very tasty for Unilad. Two very heavily favored maps. All you said was they needed to win one of the first 3. They did that. Now the pressure truly is on, because these are the 2 maps that you would say Unilad have the best chance of winning.
I mean, they looked great on them yesterday against FaZe. Yeah. You know, they won. It's the same map 5, and that London Docks was the Game 4, and that's when players like Shawnee really took over. So they can keep that up, they can go the distance in this series.
Most definitely can. Of course, EG now get a little bit of a cushion, a 2-1 lead. But this series, again, to reiterate, has been unbelievably close. And I think the overall score of some of the games won't really show it. They're obviously 250 to 220 hardpoint, but there was a final tick of a hill, which basically won the game there. So that could have been a 250-249 game. Realistically, it could have been a little closer.
Yeah.
The Search and Destroy, unbelievably close as well. The CTF goes, of course, to stopwatch. So
it's Unilad, so it went all the way.
Of course it did. I think we're in for another fantastic hardpoint here, Joe.
Yeah, I think so as well. And with Apathy playing the way he is, you know, if he's having that London Docks, I mean, we've also seen Enable put up some big numbers on this map, running that solo AR. So this could be a solid map for Evil Geniuses.
Key to success, of course, you broke down the play yourself, the G Fuel play breakdown on the analyst desk. The way Unilad was able to hold that lower Docks Hill and then transfer it over towards Beer as well. Wonderfully done. They actually break through setups. They look very, very good on this map.
That was a long play. I almost ran out of breath.
Hey, you did it. That's what matters.
It's 2 hills.
Two whole hills as well. But can EG somehow have an answer to that cryptic formula there of Unilad? It was fantastic to watch, and the way you broke it down as well, very, very well, very easy to understand. But will EG make the same mistakes we saw FaZe Clan make on this map? That's the question, of course. Pressure now on Unilad. It's EG up 2-1. They win this, they win the series. And again, to reiterate, if you're just tuning in the big picture of things, yes, of course, this is only week 2, but this game could have huge implications on potential playoff spots.
I mean, playoff spots, you're talking about 5-6 spots. This could be a fight for 5-6 to make sure you get into stage 2, to make sure you get to champs.
Good point.
This is a huge head-to-head with what we expect Unilad to continue to get better. They're going to win some more series. EG, you just know they might not win everything, but you know they have the talent. You know they have like guys like Apathy. Like they're going to squeeze some series out. So both of these teams sort of, you know, right there on the line. How are they going to continue to perform after these 2 weeks?
Head-to-head is huge as well, because you mentioned these are those two teams where we talk about, what, 4th, 5th, 6th? These two teams could potentially come into that conversation. So head-to-head is going to be massive. Can Unilad, again, force that Game 5 Search and Destroy? That is the question. Or will Evil Geniuses close things out? Of course, Game 4 is going to be London Docks Hardpoint. And we're going to kick things off with none other than Apathy himself. He's had an absolutely monstrous series thus far. A fantastic CTF. S&D continued where he left off yesterday on Ardennes Forest. But can he do the work here in London Docks?
Yeah, Unilad getting early time. Great stuns and nades out of them. But there's Nameless responding with one of his own. And Apathy, he's just going to try and earn himself some time. Pre-fires through gate. But pretty basic setup. Enable watching over him. But there we go. Unilad, they break through that gate. Shawnee, again, already starting hot. 3-0. Scraps there. And all this early time going towards Unilad.
And that's an important 3 kills as well, because look at his points. 450 out of 625. Would have loved to maybe see him play a little slower there for maybe the 4th kill, but pushes through, tries to keep the pressure there on EG, milk the points. Of course, points are the most important thing in hardpoint. First to 250 will win. As you see, with 12 seconds left on the first hill, it is going to be Unilad in a good position here to potentially get some early time as the hardpoint rotates over to its 2nd position.
Yeah, you see it. Great kills by Evil Geniuses, but that spawn is there for Unilad. Back crane, so they're going to be here. Attacking very early on, but great job by Nameless to push through. Doesn't expect one player. That Scraps to get behind him. Enable just trying to do his best staying alive, but Scraps and Wuskin get on through. The twin brothers on the attack. 4 down for Evil Geniuses.
And it's just simply so hard to attack that hill from the front. And you see EG, they had to do it twice, essentially broken on the first time, and now you have Scraps fighting through mid-cut. It's very, very difficult for Evil Genius to even cross through, but they do a fantastic job of slaying out. Shawnee's left by himself on the hill, and EG do it again.
We're just trading back and forth. Why not, Ben? Let's keep this hardpoint as close as possible, just like the rest of this series. So Unilad, they do a 2-2 split. What, 5 and 7? That's Moose, Scraps, and Moose are trying to do is just contest this time a little bit. The other two near that lower tin building, they're just trying to rotate and give them spawns for the next hill. So they do a pretty solid job, but they give Enable streaks.
That was what I was going to say. You do the 2-2 split, you don't get the time, you give Enable streaks. It's crucial now you hold the early time as this hardpoint rotates. It's going to be tied 38-38 as the hill pops. So you don't really expect to see the streaks used on this hill, but you have to hold, and that's a great start. Of course, this was the exact same couple of hills that you talked about in your G Fuel player breakdown.
Yeah, they got to control that middle map, but Aches is there right now, and he picks up 2. So now look how EG's attacking. Aches picks up 3. They're attacking from all 3 sides, which forces Unilad to spawn really far out on that top street. This should be an EG hill, but Scraps is still alive, and he has helps from his friends.
And here's the key. EG need to be careful because Scraps actually juggled the hill. You saw him actually as it was contested. He jumped out to jump back in, knowing full well if his teammates win the gunfights, he's going to get the extra points and ultimately get the streaks as well.
Man.
A very, very small but very, very smart play there from Scraps. He's waiting for his teammates to challenge. Now he gets it, and there come the streaks as well. I love that small, small little thing.
And they're doing it again. They're holding this hill as well, this barrel building. They do such a good job on hills number 3 and 4. Scraps, though, really the hero right now. Aches is going to be super frustrated, picks up 3. And, you know, he's going to talk about that play after if they lose this one. But a glide bomb comes in. Will this help Evil Genius's break? Doesn't connect with anyone, but a ton of intel allows them to break in. Now they're going to spawn out Unilad. And it's almost the way Unilad broke FaZe yesterday. So a great job by them, but there's the response. Can they get any kills with these glide bombs? No, but they're just trading again.
Scraps essentially a get-out-of-jail-free card for Unilad. Unfortunately, both glide bombs actually hit the top railing there of the roof, so neither pick up a kill, but to your point, they do get the information, and information is key. Still, though, it's Evil Geniuses on the hard point. Enable, of course, with a fighter pilot still to use. May need to be a little cautious he doesn't overlap it if he gets a couple more kills in the hill. Of course, those extra points. And with 15 seconds left, EG about to take the lead. You know, they had that backspawn. They had to just push through. Makes the most sense. Play for that scrap time. Now the problem is the rotation. And who is potentially going to win these gunfights? It's a bit of a scrappy one because you can see App actually is basically stood next to Wuskin here.
Yeah. One thing I'm noticing, I don't know if EG always does this, but Aches is running the main AR right now. He's running the main AR on London Docks hardpoint. In CTF, it's definitely Enable, but here on hardpoint, it's Aches. And you know, Enable's having a solid series, 12-8 though. Fighter pilot comes in from Scraps, picks up 2. And they're trying to get control of this fire building. If they do that, they can watch the cross. They do a great job from Scraps and Shawnee. That duo on this map, so dangerous.
And again, Scraps with his streaks, fantastic use, angles the fighter pilot perfectly, make sure he picks up the kills, and now his teammates can contest the hill. Here's the problem though, Enable, guess what? Fighter pilot of his own. He responds with a double, Aches with a pick as well. He's now in the hill. Can he lock down the final 20 seconds? And again, guys, another unbelievably close hardpoint. 95 points to Unilad, 84 to EG. This series has truly been a pleasure, back and forth the entire way.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to go into a next set. Nameless going to need a couple of seconds of scrap time. Never mind, taken down by Shawnee. But it's going to be about an 18-point lead for Unilad. Looking at that scoreboard, Moose not performing too well. Scraps, though, picking it up. And on the other side, EG, for the most part, pretty consistent. They just, well, they lost some big time to Scraps on that lower tin hill. If they get that, it's probably a different story. Scraps, though, what an absolute animal on a 3 streak. Is he going to make it a 4? No. He is just challenging everything. He does not care. He's playing so confident right now.
I would say overconfident, but the man is 20 and 12. He is just beaming.
You know how after he was last map? That's how I imagine Scraps. Just diving and dodging and dipping and shooting.
Just killing everything in his way. That's for sure. Still, though, again, a very, very close game. 121-85. Still final 20 seconds of hill time on our second rotation. First hill. Looks like Unilad may actually be able to get that. But if you're an EG fan, you don't have to worry too much because they do have a little bit of an influence on the future spawns. It's going to come in the fact of Enable hiding around fire. Unfortunately, his teammates spawn out towards coal side, so they're going to know that this push is coming through, and Enable instantly gets some help here from App.
Oh, who is that? Aches. Aches picks up on it, but gets taken down. Unilad, they go from both sides, the top of the streets. But Nameless is there. That's a big 2 right there. Allows him to allows his team to reorganize and hold this hill for a good amount of time, but that's a great job recognizing it.
And they need to be careful, though, because 3 players actually push up the hill towards coal side. I'm not sure if they misread the spawns there. It was Unilad still spawning lower docks. They're going to push through. Now controlling bus side. Will they be able to get the wave of kills to go with it? It's Aches doing a majestic job with the FG. Picks himself up a double. The nades rain in, but
Scraps.
Once again, Unilad responds and Scraps and Shawnee.
Those 2 men on this map.
Jesus.
They just play so scrappy. Get it?
But 141-97. The rotation coming in here for Unilad. And again, this could be a big, big rotation for Unilad because it could give them a big cushion here in terms of
Are they going to expect EG? And that's 3. There's 1 player left. Oh my goodness.
You son psychopath
He
Shawnee.
almost gets it on the Ace. Ace able to win that, but they got scrap time and won this rotation. That cannot happen if you're evil geniuses. They just got simply out-rotated. The kills get picked up by EG, and this is the same setup. Moose was in this little fire alley. Now they're locking down middle of the map, and they're picking up a big chunk of time.
And Unilad getting loud as well.
Yeah.
That's the key for their success. Ironically, a key for both of these two teams. We talked about it earlier on in the series with EG. When they're loud, they're energetic. They just seem to play a little bit better. But once again, the Scraps close to streaks.
27 and 17, man. I'll tell
20.
you what, this guy can do it all, man.
Play
He
his
is a
life.
superstar in the making if he can keep this up. 20 seconds, though. EG respond. They're going to get this scrap time. But they know Unilad trying to get into this barrel building. Is Nameless going to expect this? The guy just walked right down the middle of the map. Shawnee takes him out. Enable goes down. They still have spawns on that back driveway.
It's funny, EG almost expected Unilad to
go
all the way around. They overcomplicated things in their mind, and Unilad said, wait, there's no
we'll
one
just go in
mid-map?
the middle. Yeah.
We'll just go straight through, don't mind if we do. And Unilad break into the hill. 2 players push underground. They now have control of spawns. This game was once unbelievably close. It is now spiraling out of control for EG. 195 to 108. Unilad continuously slaying, continuously putting the pressure on, and continuously getting the points to go with it all as well.
Yeah, but EG are breaking in here from that lower street and that front side, and they're going to spawn Unilad out. So Nameless doing a great job. He's on a 4 streak, working on some streaks. Very important, only 25 points away. This could help them out, but this is also a big 25 seconds. And Unilad, they know that. They're going to try and contest it.
They have to, and Nameless would have
Trying to get an
loved
assist,
he
yeah.
would have loved it. Yeah, to your point, even an assist would have been enough there, but Aches picked up the double. Of course, at the end of the day, they will get those points. And quick glance
We
at
were
Enable.
haunted by the ghost of Enable. Said, please watch my point of view.
Sorry, Ian, we're staying with Nameless. Just 25
no,
points.
there's one player behind him. He's not going to get streaks. He doesn't expect that. The spawn comes in behind him. Nameless doesn't get his streaks. That could hurt EG, and you can see Unilad, they have the back spawns for Crane.
And now that has happened both to Scraps and Nameless. 25 points away from streaks. Unilad on the hill, though. 42 seconds left of it. 206 to 134.
That was so creepy.
Just Ian's face pops up on the screen. You're like, okay, Enable, we get it. You want us
I
to
thought I
watch
was
you.
hallucinating. I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's been a long day. It hasn't been quite that long just yet. Still, 219, 134. Unilad trying to keep the pressure on, but it's EG that once again break through. Spawning top bus, rotating across Moosefire. He will fall. And again, another big 18 seconds. If you're Unilad, though, you can kind of afford to play for the scrap. Now you can't. You spawn a little too far away, but you can at least get some control of fire and maybe get yourself an early 10 or 15 points as the new hill pops. First hill, of course, of the 3rd rotation.
Yeah, we talk about scraps, but Ace on the other side, running that FG. Someone with a sub really needs to step up for him. Try to slow down scraps. You know, it's about a 80-point difference, and if you're Unilad, you're very comfortable with that. You've been winning majority of this middle hill time. Nameless just absolutely gunned by Shawnee. Shawnee and Scraps, man, they're just winning all the duels that they need.
Now can Unilad at least split this time? Oh,
There
Shawnee
again,
just
again.
snaps on app. Gets the call out from his teammate. Looks lower staves. Enable is going to be there. Ultimately, Shawnee falls on the hill. Is he going to challenge it just yet? Not too sure about it. And the only thing Unilad needs to be careful of here is just giving away streaks. Other than that, you can just keep on doing what you're doing there, trading out the kills, playing for the time. The 20 seconds, I believe, if they stay on the hill the entire time, they will win the game. EG, they know they have to at least push this one more time. The problem is Moose is pushing way, way out. EG, now they're going to spawn back call, so they don't even have the good spawns for the next
They
hill.
have to contest,
Unilad
yeah.
have full control. They have to contest it for at least a second. Joe, this is going to be a GG.
Yeah, this is GG. Unilad, they're already set up. Shawnee on that street, on a 3 streak right now. Make it 4. Is he going to make it 5? No. Get shut down, but 5 seconds needed. There's that multi-kill for Shawnee. A great game again on London Docks for Unilad. If I'm playing Unilad, I'm getting rid of this map.
I was about to ask you, is it becoming maybe a little bit ban-worthy?
Unless you're like Luminosity.
Unless you're LG. What about Envy? Would you give Envy the pass on L?
Yeah,
on
okay.
those?
They're both undefeated, so yeah.
We'll give them two the pass, but everyone else in Division B, you play Unilad, you make sure you don't play London Docks. A beautiful, beautiful map there from them.
Yeah. Go to a game 5 where we saw that St. Marie. Hopefully they did their homework last night. I saw Towie in the building. Hopefully they watched some film with him, got some tips, and just went over some gameplay. But Again, Unilad looked so dominant yesterday on it.
They most definitely did, and now they get a little bit of momentum as well, coming from a pretty convincing win there in Game 4. The series we expected to be close. It has not disappointed. Back and forth the entire way from an overtime CTF to a convincing, crushing Game 4. This one is going the distance to a Game 5 search and destroy, EG versus Unilad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fourth game of the day. It's a good one as well. Unilad versus EG. Joe, we're going the distance. Good old Game 5.
Ben, you and I, just Game 5.
It is.
You know, I love it.
Game 5 duo.
I love it. Every series we typically cast goes a distance.
It does. Or
I'm not mad about that.
Or we have some crazy moments. Of course, the Mind Freak CTF comes to mind. So
yeah.
Hey, man, I'm happy about it, too. We get some awesome Call of Duty action, and these two teams have not disappointed. The level of play has definitely been extremely high between both, but sadly, only one team can walk away as the winner. You mentioned Unilad looked great on this map as well. Are you going Europe here? Is it happening, Joe?
Man, I picked EG. I got to stick with EG, right? Like,
so did I, but I'm switching ship. I'm going Unilad all day right now.
Wait, is it Texas? Are we both wrong? It is
Texas.
Oh, we're both wrong.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Silly one. No, I don't know. Silly Ben.
Just blame it on me. It's fine, Joe. Well, USS Texas, our Game 5 search and destroy between the two teams.
who will walk away on top. First blood already in from App. Instantly trades, though, as Moose shuts down one. Aches there as well.
Yeah, great job by Ace. Apathy, he pushed their top middle window. Ace, no, typically there's a re-challenge after that.
Yep.
So he pops up to that bomb site, gets the trade, and then gets out with his life. Exactly what you want to do. So now 3v2. Scrap's going to have to open something up with this Car 98.
Problem is, 50 seconds left, and, well, if you're on EG, you know bomb is down, too.
Yeah.
Had the audio indicator to let you know, and that's what you got to be careful of there, Scraps.
That's always a scary one. Pop.
Bullet flies past your head.
Yeah.
Your life flashes before your eyes. But luckily, Scraps does stay alive here. Now, can he somehow make something happen? You have to, of course.
Well, that is loud. We can hear that. So, you know, he's gonna catch Nameless though.
Instantly the
Actually
trade.
Scraps, and he does a great job staying alive. Is there the trade? There it is. Now on 1 versus 1. Enable, he's behind him, but 15 seconds left. Bomb. He doesn't have it, so let's see how Enable plays this. 9 seconds. He's just gonna go for the 50-50 right now.
Both players.
Enable does see him. There's going to come the challenge. Great job by Enable to get behind that bomb site.
Yep, that was the key right there. Enable plays for the cover and realistically leaves Wuskin nothing he can do. He has to challenge. Let's not forget, because time is running out. There's obviously no chance of him planting the bomb in that situation. But Enable plays it smart. Plays for the cover. EG. Draw first blood in rounds.
It got a little scary there for EG. You know, in the 3 versus 2.
Bit.
Yeah, that Nameless, I mean, he was on top of the ship. You know, I mean, that angle, he was wide open. That could have got scary, but EG closed out.
You have to know that no one has picked up the bomb from A, because you've had eyes on it the whole time. So it seems a little, maybe overzealous is probably the better word of checking B that aggressively, knowing that maybe your left-hand side is a little wide open. But nevertheless, they win the first round.
Yeah, I love this from EG, playing very aggressive, just getting that bomb down, throwing the smoke down. Basically canceling Scraps, and there's a second as well. Allows Apathy to get out with his life. So a great job by EG. Now a 4 versus 4 with 30 seconds left. This should be a round win for them, but let's see what Unilad can do.
I mean, look at the time left. Less than 30 seconds. Nameless gets a pick as well. Unilad could be in a world of pain here. Wuskin finally able to spring it to life, but it's a 1 versus 3 situation with just 20 seconds left. You have to admire the EG strat as long as they don't throw it away.
Well, this is what I would say. If they watched gameplay yesterday, they remember how Unilad plays this. Wuskin plays that top window, and then the other 3 play back. Typically, you have a Shawnee and Scraps double snipe setup. And I mean, they just smoked it out and got the plant.
The double smoke, beautiful. Completely nullifies the opposition sniper rifle, and to your point, allows App, more importantly, to get away with his life. Bleeds so much time off the clock, too, because if you're Unilad, you can't just blindly push through 2 smoke grenades.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about all the bad timing FaZe got yesterday with those bomb plants, you know? So, you know, EG watching that, notifying, you know, we can do this very quickly. Just get that bomb down. So, great couple of rounds for EG, but can Unilad fight back?
Now, what are the adjustments that you could potentially see from Unilad? Of course, the stun grenade comes through. Shawnee using armor, though, so that isn't going to make too much difference. Of course, he's just playing it to see if anyone wants to get a little overzealous from EG, maybe push up towards that top captain, but no one wants to do that just yet. Of course, 1 smoke grenade pops. Is EG going to invest any nades?
Like calling the bluff? Or do they have the cross? I can't see if they have the cross.
I think they do. I think that's just
one play.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
Ace.
they do.
Ace had the cross, so they didn't have to nade, but he loses that gunfight in Moose. I love that. Instantly reacts. This is now going to be a 4v3 with bomb down. Nameless going to try and have to work a pick.
Oh, he actually saw the bomb just clip through the wall there, so could have potentially had a pretty lucky kill. But
that is a tough shot.
doesn't connect. Now, of course, it's a 1 versus 4, just like that. Nameless with a sniper rifle. Well, if you want to be flashy, that's your time to try it. But Unilad say, I don't think so, Sunshine. Collapse on the bomb site and instantly close that one out. A wonderfully orchestrated round. And obviously, no nades fly at that smoke grenade, so I think they maybe had a little inkling, okay, someone has to be watching that cross. And then obviously Aches falls, that opens the door. You mentioned Moose instantly hops on the bomb. A wonderful, wonderful decision from him.
Yeah, now I'm excited to see what Unilad does to switch it up. If they're going to continue to play back, or are they going to try and get bottom middle control? You have Scraps. Can we check Shawnee really quick? Yeah, so same setup. That means Wuskin, well, he's going to go in that top window. And you can see number 3, that's Moose. He's got an FG as well. They're playing very defensive.
I
Just
think
watching that back middle door.
You might see a little bit of a bait now come through from EG. Obviously, you saw the smoke over towards B side. They smoke A as well. So it's a one-on-one smoke. The problem is that smoke over towards A was maybe just a little too deep, but Shawnee misses a snipe.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If they're getting 4v4s with bomb down, great. This is such a hard retake now. Nameless, they were first blood. EG have this setup they want, and you still have a sniper in Shawnee and Scraps as well. So it is so tough to retake with 2 snipers.
Damn near impossible. You rely on hitting some pretty worldly snipe shots, and sadly they're just not coming. You see Shawnee left with realistically nothing to do other than basically this play. Stick the bomb. Not gonna happen. No, the flank comes through. And now if you're Unilad, I think you have to change. You have to change.
Yep.
You can't be running double snipes on defense. It simply isn't gonna work. If EG are gonna be this aggressive, you have to mix something up. Essentially match aggression with aggression, Joe.
Yeah, you have to. Or at least get in positions where you can see the bombs going down. Even when those smokes are going up, they're not nading it. They're not getting any information. So they have to, well, I mean, or hit their shots, right? That's the other scenario, but it's a huge risk.
Most definitely is. I would fully expect to see a bit of a change on Unilad's next defensive round, but for now, they have to worry about this attacking round. Of course, they want to keep it close. Don't want to allow EG to go 4-1 up before they can realistically make a game-changing adjustment. The first nade goes out. Shawnee traditionally uses armored, but it doesn't matter. The assist comes through. Nameless timed it beautifully with the double kill, actually. Scraps does hit a snipe of his own, but has the damage been done? 3 versus 2. Wiskin and Scraps left alive.
Yeah, I love that play. Out of those 2 in the bottom middle, throws a nade up. Shawnee continues to challenge. Nameless is like, well, you didn't hit me. I have full health. You're weak from that nade. They trade that out. Allows Nameless to get into the top window. Picks up another. Now a 2v3, and it's the Twins. But, you know, the Twins play very, very slow. One has a snipe. One has an FG42.
They have to be careful as well, because App's halfway towards those streaks. So if he was able to get both kills in the defuse, could get a little scary. Of course, streaks are bit 50-50 on USS Texas, but either way, streaks are streaks. At the end of the day, you don't want to give them away to your opposition. Time ticking. Scraps does get a nice intro there to this 2v3. Makes it a 2v2. There's Apathy.
That timing.
This is looking like it could be a great round for Unilad.
The Twins.
Oh, they just had that brotherly connection right there.
All right, this is what I'm gonna bring this up again because we talked about it yesterday.
Okay.
If the bomb goes down, it's not a big deal, Ben. You still have numbers advantage. There's no reason for Apathy to peek that. They don't have any information if he's on the bomb. Just play together.
The only thing you could possibly say is that they obviously know that one of them has a sniper rifle. They don't want to allow the bomb to go down, but that's, I agree with you. That's not a good enough reason to realistically kind of
play your numbers,
allow
people.
it to happen.
Listen, my ranked teammates, play our numbers, okay? We can let them plant the bomb. The round's not over after that.
You have an extra 45 seconds.
True.
So you're
Factual
in
statements.
You're in a good spot, but Scrap's still with the sniper rifle. Are they still running double snipes? Is that a...
Does he see him, though? Oh, he just saw him, but again, Apathy just goes for it. Are they going to have another smoke to get him out? No, there you go. That's a 3v3. And Shawnee was playing bottom middle. There was the adjustment. They didn't play double snipes, but again, they're just committing to bomb sites. They're saying, please challenge us. Nameless, though, a little bit overzealous. 2 versus 2 now. Enable and Aches versus Scraps and Moose, and the timing again.
Oh, that's so unfortunate, but still Enable left alive. Has someone hopped on the bomb? No.
Oh, they saw him.
17 seconds
They
left.
didn't see him.
Well, they do now. Shots have been fired. Moose is on bomb. Enable has to challenge him. Has he just left his teammate high and dry? No, he hasn't. Scraps picks up the kill. We're all square. 3-3. Yeah,
Great play out of Unilad.
If there was ever a series which had round 11 written all over it, Joe.
I'm with it.
You're with it. I'm with it too. Again, you pointed out a nice adjustment does come through from Unilad. They don't have the double snipe setup. The only thing really is, again, when that smoke comes out at B, you saw how hesitant Unilad were to actually nade it. Ultimately, the nade does get the kill as well, but more importantly, Scraps now so close.
This man has transformed this week. Shawnee playing aggressive bottom middle. There's that pace switch up we talked about. Takes down Apathy. Enables there to trade, but that's okay. You'll take a 3 versus 3. Scraps is going to go for a bomb plant. If he gets this, he gets these streaks. Will Enable peek this? No. But there's that streak. Both of them. Glide bomb and... he's able to get away with his life.
Oh, barely. Don't peek again. Nameless with the sniper rifle. Hits the headshot. Wiskin's probably in trouble, but no, the bayonet comes through for Eggs. Now Nameless has the information. It's a 2v2. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Nameless says thank you very much. But now a 1v1 Moose versus Enable.
He's got to check it, right? Because the bomb's not planted for him. So is Enable going to catch him? Well, he goes with his gut. He turns around. Oh, my Moose. Look at how pumped they are. They know how big of a round that was. I could not. Does he hit a hipfire shot here?
He must have done.
Hit the deck, baby. Instantly snaps on him. Gets 3 bullets into him. A great clutch out of Moose. Oh, my goodness. The FG42.
Goes with his instinct, like you said. Turns around, expects the enable flank, and well, there he was. I'm not sure he expected to drop him that fast. But either way, the round has been won by Unilad. Now, their advantage, and with streaks as well. That could be massive, EG. You have to expect that when you look at the stat line there, 9-4, obviously 9-3 at one point.
So, Unilad back to their bread and butter. I imagine Shawnee has a snipe. We're not going to go to him just yet because, well, Boostin's finally going to get some pressure. He plays up top with a bar. It's a trade coming in. There's a trade. So now this is what's dangerous for Unilad. Oh, that nade. This is what's dangerous. Those snipers, they can get peeked out of from that top window. So you have to worry about the bomb and that window control. You can see Scraps. He's going back and forth trying to get as much intel as possible.
All Scraps needs here is a teammate to say, hey, one crossed. Shawnee, at this point, doesn't even necessarily need to hit the shot because of the streaks that they actually have. Now, there's going to be the call out. He knows he's on bomb. Do we see the streak come through? Yes, we do. Is it going to be in time, though? That's my only concern
He's
here.
going to get aches here. He's going to get aches. There we go. So 2 versus 2. And they see the rotation. They see the rotation. Don't be overzealous, Scraps. In 28 seconds, 2 versus 2.
Oh, he's trying to be the hero.
Yeah, they actually pushed, though. Oh, it was just bottom middle. Moose is still alive. 20 seconds left.
You still have the fighter pilot as well. You know they're over towards the B side. You get the information. Are you going to invest it? That's the question. Bomb is being planted. If it goes down and that gets away here, you basically can't use the fighter pilot. Enable challenges. Somehow Scrap stays alive. The question, where is his teammate? Where is Moose? Moose to the rescue. Potentially with 34 seconds left.
Enable's pushing this. There's going to be the trade. Another one-on-one. Great job out of EG.
Back and forth rounds, Joe.
They committed to it. I mean, they basically just said, all right, Scraps, I'm going to give you the shot, but I'm going to run straight at you. Moose wasn't there to help quick enough, and then after he goes right through bottom middle.
That was the key. App being very proactive about it. Pushes straight through bottom middle. They pinch and collapse on Unilad, and that gives them the round win. Now we're tied up once again.
I tell you what, that round's completely different if Shawnee's bottom middle once again. They should have stuck to that adjustment. I understand he's not having the best game possible at 2 and 7, but the double snipe setup,
it's not working.
With what EG has been doing and how they've committed to bomb sites, it just hasn't been working, as you said.
Now Unilad on the attacking side. Is it another one of these slow play for pick rounds? Potentially could be, and if you're EG, you don't really have to do much.
All right, so there's a smoke. Let's see how many nades come through. Ace just trying to get as much information. There's a fighter pilot. There's a stun. He's able to get 1. That's big. Able to get 2 as well. Nameless and Enable. Bomb's going to go down 4 versus 2 for Apathy and Aches.
And the key as well there was Aches wasn't watching the cross like he was previously, so they had to invest some nades. It doesn't matter, though, because the fighter pilot came through. Scraps managed to find another 1. It's a 1 versus 4. Aches is not going to be able to clutch it up, and Unilad put themselves now at match point.
I mean, you just can't, both of you can't get caught with fighter when there's a fighter pilot, right? Like, there's a lot of places for you to hide, but I'm pretty sure right now Scraps has 13 kills.
He's been playing very, very well.
Yeah, no, these past couple of series, Scraps has been an amazing player. Yeah, he's been that guy for them.
Can he continue?
Yeah, he's got 13. And his brother, again, you have to show love to Weskin because his brother has been right there, just consistent every single game. A great job for those two.
Now, though, round 10 underway. Unilad 1 away from taking the win.
No more streaks. There's that smoke.
And again, note, they have adjusted once again. No double snipes. Instead, Shawnee is going to play bottom middle, but the smoke's a B. Smoke's an A.
Committed.
And the bomb goes down. And
nobody throws a nade, nothing to get that intel. 4 versus 4. This is what you want if you're EG.
You still have the nades, but
oh, don't peek it.
A little late. Time ticking, 30 seconds left on the clock. This round is going to come to boiling point very, very soon. And when it does, it's going to be fast and furious. Aches, you're dancing with death, my friend. Scraps has information, but obviously doesn't have the kill just yet. 18 seconds. Still, nobody yet to die. Finally, the kill feed's about to absolutely light up. And note, is there someone on the bomb?
Is he on it? No, he got off of it.
It's a 2v2. The charge comes through.
Scraps, well, is that it?
8 seconds left. Is he going to get it?
I don't know.
Oh, my Lord. Joe, 2 seconds. I think he has it. I think he's good. No! So close.
Round 11, Ben.
We called it.
What just happened? I don't know. You don't know at home, but all that we know is EG won.
18 seconds left in the round. Nobody had died. Nobody had died.
and it looked like they were trying to like crawl up to the bomb. And I don't know if he was on it.
You need something.
Yeah,
if you're gonna try and sneak it, you need to give yourself a little bit of cover. But the most important thing for Unilad here, if they're on the defensive round, you have to throw the nades at the smoke grenades. You can't risk it anymore. But in actual fact, they're going to be on the attacking side now in this round 11. The series has been an unbelievable one of the closest ones in Division B thus far.
Oh, I thought Shawnee was going to go for it, but I would have loved that.
That's a little...
Talk about confidence.
A little too spicy. A defensive smoke, I believe, has actually been thrown by EG. That's going to really negate any B push. So if you're EG, really just watch the crossover towards A. Time ticking. Scraps is 15-5, by the way. Looking for more. First shot's fired from Shawnee. Doesn't find the kill, though.
Yeah, they need to try to get something out of EG. See if they can move over towards that A bomb site. Ace, you can see where he's watching it from. There's that smoke. So that's what EG did as well. They used the grenade smoke. So they baited it out. So they used the grenade smoke, and there's the nades that come in because Ace, he doesn't know if Moose actually crossed. I love that play, but there goes Moose. And the resources were there, but he doesn't get through it. Looks like he got caught, and Enable catches him.
4 versus 3, 23 seconds. Unilad looking to respond. Can they get anything going? Enable is there. Does Wuskin now have to stick the plant? That's the question. Shawnee, nameless trade. Scraps misses the snipe. It's a 2 versus 3. Still, Wuskin shuts down Ace. Enable is going to be there. He falls. Now it's down to Scraps. 1v2. He will not get the clutch. Woo. And EG take the series in a Game 5, Round 11.
Yeah, Unilad are going to be upset about that one, but what a series it was. Round 11, Game 5. I feel like the difference maker was Moose just got caught. You can see the emotions on their face. They had that one. They had the maps they wanted to play. What a great series from both teams.
And that face from Moose sums it up. Of course, a little unfortunate.
It was like, whoa! Hold on a second.
Obviously, nothing Moose could do. He played it smart, right? You, to your point, use the nades to get site control. Then wisely backed away, forced EG to invest nades.